great day. Joining us again here for Samadhi's Daily Word on Monday, April 2nd, 2018, here with Michael.
And our beautiful mother. Everybody, let's take a deep, purifying breath of awareness. Let's exhale everything. Let's take a moment to feel that stillness, to feel that silent space within us. The presence. Take a deep breath in. And all ready to receive. So the word for today is compassion. Nice, and we were talking about that yesterday. Compassion. We are all unique expressions of God. We are all unique expressions of God. One of the great commandments taught by Jesus is, quote, to love thy neighbor as thyself. When I practice compassion, I accept others exactly as they are. I honor and respect all men, women, and children as expressions of God. In the narrative of Genesis, God created the world and everything upon it. God saw that it was good, and God blessed it all. I see all people as unique expressions of the divine. Unity Minister Eric Butterworth often used the analogy of God as the ocean and humanity as individual waves. Each person has his or her own personality, passions, aversions, temperaments, physical capabilities, and attributes. But like waves on the ocean, there is no place where God stops and we begin. That's beautiful for today. And this is out of Matthew 22:39. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Let's go to Matthew 22:39 in the Message. Matthew 22:39. This is 37 through 40. Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your passion and prayer and intelligence. This is the most important, the first on any list. But there is a second to set alongside it. Love others as well as you love yourself. These two commands are pegs. Everything in God's law and the prophets hangs from them. Wow. So, you can't love anyone else if you don't love yourself. And going back to the daily word, is it says that there is no greater or lesser. There is no one that has more talent, more ability than anyone else, because we are all expressions of the divine, of spiritual beings. And we all know that spirit has limitless capabilities. So even people with physical attributes that are no longer available, they show us their talents in many different ways. That's the spirit expressing itself. And as long as we focus on that inner divinity, there's nothing we can't be, do, or have. So, what a beautiful word, compassion. Because one thing I will say is, that's one thing Alice has taught me, is compassion. And boy, does she emanate compassion. And I've learned a lot from her. Because, like I've said it before, it was all about intellect with me before. And when Alice came in the picture, it's like this yin and yang came together. And it's like compassion is a very powerful force. It it is incredible when you tap into compassion, because you can have all the intellect in the world, and it even says in the Bible, you can be speaking in tongues, and you can cast out demons, or cast out what we call demons is resistance and guilt and all this stuff. But if you do not know love, then you know nothing, because love is the greatest. And that's one thing Alice has taught me, and that's one thing that I desire to share with all of you, that it's the most important thing. Unconditional love. Not love. Unconditional love. Because when we take love and we connect it with that unconditional, then it brings it to a new paradigm. Because a lot of people promote love and they talk about love, but love alone is just love. Unless you really know what true love is unconditional. And the word love itself means unconditional. But the programming of the word love today in this age means conditioned. Oh, if this person's good, or if it looks beautiful, even within our own self. Because we had an experience yesterday where I had to tap into that unconditional love within myself to not let the turbulence around me affect me, which really was within me. It was just I was projecting it out. So when we find that unconditional love within ourselves, it allows us to find that peace within, and to go within that breath, to go within that divinity, that consciousness within, instead of expecting to see it or for it to show up outside, but really to just go within yourself. And no matter how bad it seems to be, because it's just a perception of mind. I mean, unless it's a real emergency, it's really not bad. So compassion, and that's what I experienced with myself yesterday. I had compassion for myself, and I came into that compassion within myself. But the practice is to practice it out here. But the more you can have self-compassion, the more you can give compassion to others. So thank you, Alice. So give compassion today. And do you want to read what they need to meditate on today?
It's okay. You can use it.
Compassion. We are all unique expressions of God. That's the way we show compassion, is seeing the divinity in everyone and everything. Because even when we turn on the news and stuff like that, we might get upset. If you watch the news, I don't, we don't. But if you watch the news and you see some horrific whatever you see, have compassion, because it's just the divine expressing itself in different forms. And when we judge, we allow that experience to control us, instead of us controlling our experience. Have compassion for yourself. That's a deep form of compassion. Alice?
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for those of you that are watching this video and see, this is just for the daily word, obviously, so we're talking about compassion. But Michael has a series of different videos on different topics. So if you've been viewing those videos, you're going to know that Michael's approach to meditation and what he uses, that tool, is to break that brain and break that programming. And compassion is very necessary sometimes. We talk about the dark and the light, and you need to be able to have compassion in the way of when you're teaching someone or helping someone, that they go at their own pace. And so we can't rush it. We can't have anybody go at the pace that we want. So when we see a student struggle, when they're facing that darkest moment within themselves, when they face that place that they don't want to even touch, and they'll find any excuse to not want to go there, sometimes they don't come back, we don't know, we have compassion and we just say, it's all in divine timing. You still love the person unconditionally, you still treat them with respect, you just wait. And that's where compassion comes in handy. If you're dealing with anyone in your family that might be having anger issues or any kind of situation, don't look at the action. That's just a reaction. Look at the person and see the greatness that they have. That's how I do it. So when Michael says that he never knew compassion, or when I brought that into his life, just for you guys watching this, that's how I do it. I don't look at the action. I look past that and I see the greatness that God has created in each person around me.
Thank you, Alice. Mom, you want to share anything? That was beautiful. Well, everyone, take compassion into your day-to-day and drink a cup of compassion before you go to bed, too. So thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, we have a little guest today. You want to say hi? No? Okay. Ciao. Namaste.